Well, good morning from Bedlam Farm. Hey, wake up in here.
Hey, I'm working. What are you doing bothering me?
We got something new and exciting. Some woman posted a message on my blog saying, please don't interrupt Maria. I want to hear her talk, not you.
Oh, isn't that
I
lovely?
know.
Oh, okay. So you got a message from that, John?
Yeah, I said, lady, you're out of luck.
I didn't notice you interrupting me.
Interrupting Maria is not only a pleasure, but is necessary.
What do you mean by that?
I'm only kidding. I was only kidding. We have some really interesting thing going on here. This one kind of caught my attention, and so we wanted to talk about it.
Well, I was just sewing down the last little piece. I'm hand sewing these little. This is like a little stem that's coming up. That's going to turn into one of these in the progression of my flowers.
Wow, this is a good moment.
Yeah. So
Well, why don't you talk about what this is first?
Okay, so this is the piece we just did a video.
I'm sorry I interrupted you. Sorry. Go ahead. All right.
Are you done interrupting me now?
I'm done interrupting you.
So this is the piece that I started working on the other day, and we did a video about it. Do you remember?
I do remember.
Okay, my truth. My truth has wings. So this is what it has evolved into so far, and I'm just about done. I'm just about done with it. Let me.
Oh, this is going to be a hanging piece?
Yes.
Will you explain what that is?
Yeah, it's just something you hang on your wall. I call it a fabric painting because I use fabric in different ways as you might use paint, except I use fabric.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you again.
It's okay, John. I'm used to it. I just keep on talking, so it doesn't really matter.
It's true. Doesn't seem to slow the process any.
So, like, what I love to do is use. This is an old quilt. This is the. Well, let's see if I have a piece here. Okay, it's a bigger piece of this quilt that had all these flowers on them, right? And so I took a piece of this quilt, and this is one of the original flowers. And then there was another flower over here. I took that part apart, and I made these two budding flowers. And now the stem and the leaf come from another quilt. These are all old quilts that people have given me. Most of them have like wear in some places, so they can't be used anymore, but in other places they're fine. So I took off the stems and the leaves and used them on there. Wow. And
it's amazing watching how you put this all together, I have to say.
I love taking the stitches out. Every time I take a stitch out, I mean, somebody stitched this by hand. And here I am ripping each stitch out. And I think about the person who, made the original quilt and how I'm.
How old do you think these are?
I don't know, probably 50, 60 years old, something like that.
You think about the people who made it.
Well, and I'm thinking about how I'm taking this apart. In a way, I'm destroying it, but I'm also transforming it and making it into something new. So, you get to see it. Because people can't, they have nothing to do with these quilts anymore, so they like to see them transformed. The fabric from the wings came from scraps that Karen sent me. These kind of, semicircle shapes. So the idea here, I don't know. Can you see the idea of the flower growing?
Oh, well, I didn't see that right away, but now that you mention it, I'm a little slow on those things.
My truth has wings. I was listening to an interview with, now I can't remember, her last name is Monet. She's a singer. She's she's won she's up for all these Emmy Awards. And she was talking about how, you don't just become famous overnight, how you work really hard to get to that point. And when you become famous, when you blossom, then everybody knows you, but they don't see everything that goes into it before. And so when I was listening to that interview while I was starting to work on this, and I thought, oh, I love that idea. And she's talking about the roots under the ground, what it takes to get to that place where maybe you know your own truth. And so that's the idea behind the flowers growing and blooming and then blossoming.
Oh, well, that's it. People tell me they really enjoy your explaining the process.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
This is a striking one, I think, as they usually are.
Thank you. Well, I'm really happy with it. And I also love that it has this. I'm going to hold it up because you'll be able to see it better. I'm working on the last little flower down there, which is just a bud coming up. I like the feeling that this has it almost has an early American feeling of the eagle, the American eagle, and yet it's like the opposite of that very masculine kind of power. It's a real feminine power, and I didn't really think of that until I looked at it yesterday. I was looking. I was like, oh, that's like, that's like those eagles that you see in early American work, and it's kind of, it has the same power, but it's like I said.
And this is going to be sold?
I have someone who's interested in it, and we'll see. I like to wait until I'm completely done before making people.
That'll be a few days, a week or so.
So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe sold.
So if
or
anybody
maybe
should
for
wait, they
sale.
should wait if they're
No,
interested.
if somebody's interested, you can email me and I'll put you on my list.
And your email is?
Maria@fullmoonfiberart.com.
You see why it's necessary to sometimes.
And I do go on.
No,
It's
no,
true.
you go on.
I can go on.
You go on. There has to be
I
a
like to
practical
joke.
side of it, however.
I
That's
like
very
to joke
nice.
about my own art.
As your unofficial marketer, advisor, that's important.
I know. You're good. You're
Well,
my
this is great.
producer. You're the good producer. Right?
This is great. I don't know. I couldn't. The camera loves you, I have to say. Makes me look good. All right. Thank you. And your time is up. So as important and wonderful as you are, goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.